Great pleasure and honor to welcome you all on the valedictory of refresher course for teachers educators. At the outset, let me express my sincere appreciation and welcome to our guest of honor, Professor Anisur Rahman, Director HRDC, Jamia Millia University, and Chief Guest, Professor Kiran Devendra, Professor NCRT. We have spent 2 weeks together learning, sharing ideas, and expanding our knowledge in various fields. I can confidently say that this has been an incredible experience for all of us. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you, and it is an honor to have you here with us today as we conclude this wonderful program. Over the past few days, I had the privilege of coordinating this refresher course, which has been a wonderful learning experience, and I hope for all of us. We have been privileged to have some of the best minds in the field share their knowledge and expertise. The experts are from CIT NCRT, University of Jammu, Punjab University, Jamia Millia University, Ethiopia National Law University, Delhi University, MHRD, National Institute of Visually Handicapped, and we have gained valuable insight into the latest development and trends in our respective fields. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Shefali Nagpal Ma'am, the Director HRDC, to welcome our esteemed guest of honor, Chief Guest, and our fellow participant in the last day of our refresher course. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Varuna. I extend my heartiest welcome to our both guests, our respected Chief Guest of the day, Professor Kiran Devendra ji, and our guest of honor, Professor Anisur Rahman ji, the coordinator of this program, and all the participants. On this occasion of the valedictory session of 2 weeks online Teachers Educator program, I, on the behalf of the Human Resource Development Center, on the behalf of my university, each and every participant, coordinator, and on my own personal behalf, I extend my heartiest welcome and thanks to our dignitaries and distinguished guests. It's indeed our pleasure that we have today Madam Kiran Devendra with us, who is the former head of the Department of Elementary Educational National Council for Education, Research and Training, and is currently heading the Department of History, Amity School of Liberal Arts. Well, she was associated with the MIT, and now she is taking up a lot of other projects of writing and academic writing and all. But as we say, that teacher is a teacher, and the teacher never retires. So she is into writing the books. She is into guiding the research scholars. She is also she has a passion. Apart from, I know that one of our participants will be introducing you with all the participants, ma'am, formally. But other than that, despite of being facing a lot of difficulties of health and health challenges and medical surgeries and ups and downs because of that, she has been a thorough, empowered woman who has a gist and who has a zeal to overcome all the challenges, and she across, and still she faces a lot of problem, but she has never given up her spirit of contributing her in the field of education. She has represented India at many international forums on the behalf of the government of India regarding the school education as well as the education in our country, and that way she has understood the education system of our country and has traveled wide with her own experiences. She has contributed in the field of academic writing as well with her own experiences there. So it's a great pleasure. And I really extend my thanks for accepting my invitation and being an inspiration for all of us, ma'am. I think many of the women will look upon you to take the inspiration, to draw the inspiration from you. We have another distinguished personality with us, Professor Anisur Rahman ji, who is the professor and director of the Human Resource Development Center at Jamia Millia Islamia. He is, I think he is very well known throughout the country and is it's celebrated as one of the very eminent directors of the HRDCs. And he has been the backbone of establishing this center in the Jamia Millia Islamia. He has contributed to the various positions. Prior joining, he was with the Manpower, Applied Manpower Research Planning Commission, Government of India, and her basic area of study has been the diaspora, has been the higher education system, and many diverse group, because he possesses. I think that whether we are coming from the economics, whether we are coming from sociology, whether we are coming from management, but once we are the part of the HRDC, we become part of every discipline. So he is a multidisciplinary faculty, multidisciplinary researcher who has traveled widely throughout the world for the academic exchange purposes, and his passion towards the research, his passion towards the higher education and towards these training and development programs of the faculty is very much visible and apparent in all his talks and all the contributions that he has made in the research and in the academic areas. It's a pleasure for me. He's a good friend and he has never refused me for anything. So it's a pleasure for me, sir, again to have you here. Thank you so very much for joining with us today morning. The coordinator of this program, Dr. Varuna, again a very good friend and a colleague in the Department of Education of the university. She has been, and I think, an inspiration for all the participants. She was the one, जिसे कहते हैं ना, एक माला को पिरोने का काम जो करता है coordinator. She has done it very well, and the kind of quality that she imbibes into all the programs that she coordinates, whenever she coordinates these programs, is very much reflected by the quality of the resource person, the selection of the topics that she makes, and the way she indulge herself with every bit and minute details in the program is the quality which attracts all of us towards you, Varuna. And above all, she's a gem and a gem of a person with a large heart and a very good
so much, ma'am.
My call at very last moment when there was a sudden change in the of the coordinator, and you didn't deny to the HRDC, to me at the last moment when I requested you. Thank you for accepting and doing it so wonderfully. I also congratulate all the participants on this day, because it was only because of your contribution, your participation, your involvement into the group that it has been made possible. And the most thing that I will appreciate about all the participants is the listening skills in these especially sitting online and listening to the others, and then focusing and concentrating and making that concentration and extending it to hours and hours long is very difficult, but you have all done it wonderfully well. So I must thank you all, and I again welcome our dignitaries and all the participants and everyone in this valedictory session. I also extend the welcome on the behalf of our Honorable Vice Chancellor. She has extended the greetings to our distinguished guest and the welcome because she is having the FC meeting today, so she could not join, but she has given her greetings to the dignitaries, those who have joined us on the virtual platform of our university, and has congratulated all the participants for the successful completion of this program. I think now in this program, we must call upon the participants, because they have listened throughout the 14 days, and it's their day today. So thank you all for joining with us on this valedictory session, and I again welcome you. Over to you, Varuna.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such kind and humble words. You know, these kind of words help us, anybody actually, to perform, to go further, because word of appreciation help an individual, to do the best of his or her capacity or potential. So thank you so much for your kind and warm words for me. Now, I just wanted to highlight what this refresher course is all about, what we have covered during this whole 2 week session. Actually, this refresher course is an opportunity for all of us to rekindle our passion for our work, to renew our commitment to excellence, and to explore new possibilities for growth and development. It has given us the chance to reflect on our practice and to identify areas where we can improve and make difference in our communities. Uh, this online refresher course for teacher educators has started on 17th March, and today is the last day, and it has been designed for training and skill building of more than 20 faculty members from different universities and colleges across India. This course explored the concerns, issues, theories, new trends, key concepts, policies, programs, and different pedagogies related to teacher education. The course is designed and planned and discuss the changing and the existing scenario of teacher education at national and international level. The deliberations and discussions are planned to stimulate efficient learning and training. It has built different skills, competencies, capacities among teacher educators by improving their content knowledge and through creating and enhancing the learning opportunities. This refresher course has also acquainted them with the different challenges, concerns in the field of teacher education, including learning and teaching challenges. This unprecedented scenario, the face of teacher educators, is changing rapidly and evolving dramatically through a very different medium, the digital education. Therefore, this course has given a new learning to all the participants, which help them to face those challenges, those developments, those concerns with better outlook and understanding. Now, I would like to call Dr. Pooja Pasrija ma'am to read the report of the program. Pooja ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning, one and all.
Pooja ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible? Am I audible? Okay.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. You can start.
Good morning, everyone present here. I am Dr. Pooja Pasrija, Assistant Professor, Vash College of Education, Rohtak, and participant in this 2-week refresher course. I heartily welcome Honorable Guest of Honor, Honorable Chief Guest, Director Madam, UGC, HRDC, BPS, MB, and Madam Coordinator, and all the participants present on this platform. It is an honor for me to present 2 weeks report of this refresher course. So I thank you once again, ma'am. Now, let us start this report. UGC, HRDC, BPS, MV, Vidyalaya, Kanpur, Kala has organized discipline-specific refresher course on teacher educator program starting from 17th March 2023 to 28th March 2023 for the benefit of all teacher educators across the country. So first of all, I would like to convey my sincere gratitude to UGC, HRDC, BPS, MV for organizing such a wonderful and much needed refresher course. The inaugural session was started at 10 a.m. by welcoming the guests to the dais by course coordinator Dr. Varuna Daya, Associate Professor BPS MB, followed by a welcome speech delivered by Dr. Shefali Nagpal, Director HRDC BPS MB. Then Dr. Varuna Daya gave introduction to the course and the chief guest, Dr. Uday Shankar, Registrar and Professor Hidayatullah, National Law University, Raipur, Chhattisgarh, delivered an invaluable lecture on specific learning disabilities, higher education, integration of teaching learning process and ecosystem, and facilitated for the success of this program. Honorable Registrar Ma'am, Professor Neelam Malik, delivered welcome speech followed by vote of thanks by Dr. Mahesh Sharma, Assistant Professor, MSIA BPSV. In the afternoon session, Dr. Varna Madam, course coordinator, gave orientation to the course and explained all the guidelines of the course. The session ended with self-introduction by the participants. In this refresher course, there were 25 experts as the resource persons delivering live sessions on various themes of the course. In the first week of refresher course, we have resource persons as Dr. Yogesh Chandra, Associate Professor and Director Sports, Kanpur University, Dr. Mandeep, Director Sports, Jammu University, Dr. Shivani, Assistant Professor, Dr. Bhupender, Associate Professor, Department of Basic and Applied Sciences, BPSMV, Dr. Ushwinder Kaur Popli, Professor and former Head of Department of Social Work, JMI, New Delhi, Dr. Jasmeer Singh, Assistant Professor, Department of Special Education and Research, National Institute for Empowerment of Persons with Visual Disability, Dehradun, Dr. Ramesh Kumar Pandey, Director, CRC, Lucknow, Dr. Rana Navneet Roy, Associate Professor, Dr. Harish Soni, Associate Professor, Professor Bharti from NCRT, Dr. Pooja, Psychologist and Life Skill Coach, Dr. Latika, Head Department of Education, Punjab University, Dr. Yogesh Verma, Associate Professor, Dr. Deepak Kumar Srivastava, Associate Professor, HNLU, Raipur. The main areas covered in this week were physical literacy, curriculum and credit framework, sustainable development, goal for quality education, environmental concerns, stress management, inclusive education, supporting services for persons with disabilities, behavior analysis, new structure of education in NEP 2020, reservation in India, and tools and techniques for effective teaching and training. Appreciable interactions for the participants made all sessions very interesting and productive, followed by the vote of thanks. Then in the second week, we have the experts, Dr. Bhumika Batra, data analyst, Dr. Prashant Deshmukh, BAMS, BPSMV, Dr. Shobha James, social worker and mental health professional, Dr. Parikshit Sirohi, Associate Professor, Faculty of Law, Delhi University, Dr. Shweta, social entrepreneur and creator of Guinness Planet, Dr. Balwinder Kaur, Assistant Professor, HNLU, Dr. Aparna Batra, Associate Professor, AMMB, Dr. Neha Lamba, Assistant Professor from Kurukshetra, Dr. Shalini Atri, Associate Professor, Department of English, BPSMB, Dr. Sonal Bansal, Associate Professor, RLS College of Education, Siddharavali, and Dr. Shikha Sharma, Associate Professor. All the sessions of this week were very informative, engaging, and fruitful. The topics covered in this week were research methodology, research metrics, hands-on data cleaning, and R programming, depression, stress management, mental health, NEP with special reference to higher education institutions, diversity, sexual harassment at workplace, meditation and relaxation exercises, yogic diet, communication skills for teacher educators, and techno-pedagogical skills. Last day of week was scheduled for presentations and tests. All the presentations were observed by the external evaluator, Dr. Yogesh Chandra, Director Sports, Kanpur University. The session concluded with open discussion followed by vote of thanks by Dr. Varuna Daya ma'am. So with this, we come to the end of this report. So I congratulate everyone here, all the participants for the successful completion of this program. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Important areas which have been discussed and given by various resource person from different universities and from different departments. Thank you so much for such an extensive and elaborative report. Now I would like to call Dr. Chirag to share the feedback of the program. Dr. Chirag?
Yeah, ma'am. Good morning to one and all. I, Dr. Chirag, on the behalf of all the group, is here to give the feedback about this 2-week online refresher course on teacher education. And I must say that this course was a perfect blend of present and future, wherein we were enlightened with various aspects like physical literacy, stress management, meditation, environment sensitivity, inclusive education, research methodology, digital pedagogy, with respect to our new education policy NEP 2020 by various experts from various universities and colleges of the state and the nation. I hope it will benefit all of us in manifold ways, and we will be able to make best of it for the welfare of our students. And I convey my sincere thanks to Dr. Shefali Nagpal, Director HRDC BPSMV, and Coordinator Dr. Varuna Dahiya for providing such a, you can say, illuminating platform for all the participants of this refresher course, and for refreshing us in a true manner. And I must ensure all the, you can say, organizers of this course on the behalf of all the participants that we will make best of it in the welfare of our students and our respective institutions. And I convey my sincere gratitude towards today's chief guest, Professor Anisur Rahman, who is my Facebook friend as well. And I have got the opportunity to listen to him by this virtual mode, and Kiran ma'am and all the colleagues and my and HRDC officials who have made this virtual platform such a really wonderful platform in all the manners, in all the aspects. Thanks to all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Chirag sir, for sharing your thoughts with us, sharing the feedback, because this is a medium where we can improve, and by listening to the feedback of the participants, it helps us to perform better. And thank you so much. Now I would like to call upon Professor Anisur Rahman to share thoughts with us. But before I call Sir, I would like to share that Sir is currently a professor and director of UGC Human Resource Development Center, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi University. He holds masters in 2 disciplines, economics as well as sociology, and he is MPhil and PhD from JNU. Before he joined Jamia Millia Islamia University in 1999, he worked at the Institute of Applied Manpower Research Planning Commission and Government of India. His area of interest includes South Asian migration and diaspora, Gulf social demography, issues of higher education, and minorities. Sir has published 5 books and more than 60 research papers in reputed journals in India and abroad, including his contributions as chapter in edited books by well-known scholars. Dr. Rahman has presented over more than 80 research papers in several conferences, seminars, workshops all across India and abroad. Sir has visited several countries like the USA, UK, France, Germany, Netherlands, Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland, and the list is endless. He visited Paris also, France also, under Indo-French Social Scientist Exchange Program thrice for research in 2010, 2013, and 2015. Sir has delivered more than 100 invited talks at different institutions at different platforms of higher learning in India and abroad. Sir is also a member of several academic committees, bodies, and editorial board. Now, I would like to call Professor Anisur Rahman to share his thoughts with all of us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Varuna ji. Thank you so much indeed for having provided this wonderful opportunity. Professor Kiran Devendra ji, Professor Shefali Nagpal ji, and all the distinguished delegates and participants, and the course coordinator of this program, Dr. Varuna Dahiya ji, and all the participants. It's indeed a matter of immense pleasure for me to become the part of this great event being organized by a very esteemed institution of higher learning in our own country, that is BPSMB, Bhagat Phool Singh Mahila Vishwavidyalaya. I have got the opportunity many to visit this great institution, so I have been immensely impressed by that, and I'm looking forward to visiting again in near future. So I'm looking forward indeed. So thank you so much indeed to give this opportunity to speak to the very learned intellectuals and galaxy of academicians across the country. Whenever I get this kind of opportunity, I never wish to miss this kind of opportunity, because you know that by interaction with the academicians, we get a lot of input, and we learn a lot of input. And this course is teacher educator, basically a refresher course in teacher educator. I know that teacher educator are how they are so important for the country. They basically prepare the students or the future of this great nation. So here I am going to speak about some of my thoughts and experiences relating to higher education. I am sure that this is going to enlighten, and this is going to help in some way or the other to the participant. This is a valedictory session, so I will not take much of your time. Definitely, I will be very candid, very brief, while presenting my own thoughts and experiences. When I was listening the topics or the issues which had been covered, so it was a wide range of the topic and the issues which are very, very topical and very contemporary. I am sure that all the participants benefited enormously by the interaction of a number of scholars. So here now we all have we all are doing this kind of exercise online. It has its own merit. Seeing at our own place, we are enjoying and we are exchanging our ideas and the views. So taking that view into the mind, I think Government of India, our policy makers have decided that now we will have this kind of exercise in hybrid mode or the blend to benefit to all of us. So this pandemic has basically provided this kind. Of course, it has devastated the entire world. The global society has been badly impacted by this. We have learned it, and I'm sure that we are going to help in order to increase the gross enrollment ratio of our own country, which is hovering around 25 or 26% right now, especially in the domain of higher education. And there's a lecture, there's a deliberation even on the new education policy, and we all know that have got a tremendous chance and opportunity to hold workshop, symposium, a seminar, international seminar and conferences, especially on the National Education Policy 2020. And we have done a great deal. And it is the need of the time to know much more details about the National Education Policy so that we could try our level best to get it implemented in true sense of the term or in letter and spirit, so that our nation can be developed. And we all should be proud of that. So this policy has been implemented. It came into being after the gap of more than 3.5 decades. And lot changes has taken place. We all know pretty well that, and again, it is going to decide the fate of this nation. So we as a teacher educator, we as a teacher, we as an academicians, we as an intellectual has a larger responsibility as how to implement it so that our country can be progress, can be developed. Even there is a lecture on gender issue, which is very, very important. According to that issue is very close to my heart. You know that even in our own country, women constitute 50% of the total population. But if you see their presence, I think they are grossly underrepresented everywhere. And we know the variety of regions that are responsible. So how we can be gender sensitive? We as a teacher educator, we as a teacher has a larger, big responsibility on us to make our class, to make our society gender sensitive. You know that if they constitute 50%, means if they are not represented, if their participation is not up to the mark, they are grossly underrepresented almost in every sector. They are grossly underrepresented. So now the time has come to use this kind of opportunity to make our society gender sensitive, so that they could contribute as the male gender is contributing to the society. So if we take the help, we become gender sensitive. Definitely our power can become double. And now it is the need of the times, because the whole world is globalized, we know pretty well. So how we can catch up with the fast changing scenario of the world, how we can catch up the other highly advanced countries or industrially advanced countries of the world. If we contribute doubly, means taking the help of both the sector, both the gender, women as well as the men, then definitely we will become more powerful, we will become more capable. So here it's very important. So I am very happy that even the issue relating to gender has been taken into account in this workshop or in the refresher course. And again, I would like to flag one more point. You know that even sustainable development has been covered in this. So I was, of course, many more areas had been covered. But again, sustainable development is very important because 17 goals have been fixed, or it is going to address all the contemporary challenges. Gender is one of them, and poverty, and many more. 17 goals are a big one. And we all know when it all started way back at the turn of the century in 2000. So at that time, it was called Millennium Development Goals. So we tried, we the nation as a whole of the world, tried to eradicate all the social and economic disparity from the world. We tried for 15 years. Of course, we made some success, some headway in this direction, but many more issues were still left. So again in 2015, for again 50 years, means by 2030, 17 goals were again fixed. Why I'm highlighting? Because we all are the teacher educators, we all are the researchers, in fact. So how we are going to take up all these 17 goals, 17 issues, so that we will be able to eradicate the poverty, we will be able to reduce unemployment, and many more things. So gender equality is one of the very important challenges, which is one of the very important goals of out of 17. It is fifth goal. So like that, many, like climate change and all that. So here I'm very happy that this issue has also been highlighted. This has also been discussed by some of the eminent scholars. I am sure that pedagogy is also a very important one. Means how we, of course, we all are skilled persons, there's no doubt about that. Even there's a need to sharpen our skill, so that we are teaching and we are projecting the 21st century future of the nation. Means the students have become very challenging nowadays. You know that due to excess of information, due to the rapid revolution of the society, due to ICT and all that, even they are rather more accessible to the information. So here the question arises how we can address the challenges in the class, because the students have become very smarter also, and so this is also one of the greatest challenges are being faced by the teachers like all of us. So how we are going to address all the challenges are very important, and this platform provided this wonderful opportunity to learn a great deal in terms of the pedagogy, means science of teaching. It is one of the very important, I think, aspects or the objectives, especially for the teacher educators. So I am sure that all the participants would have been benefited enormously. This is the very purpose of this kind of refresher course or this platform, that provides the opportunity to assemble over here and learn from each other. When we become a better teacher, definitely we will go to the class, we will even keep the class online, and we can produce the better citizen for this nation. And again, in the national education policy, one of the objective of the national education policy, we all know that how, because it is very remarkable point I would like to highlight over here, we as an Indian can become the global citizen. So here, the whole world is interdependent and globalized. So how our students or future of this nation are going to compete in the labor market or in the society, and lot changes is taking place. So here the role of the HRDC is very prominent, and it has been well recognized by the policymakers. And one thing again I would like to point out over here, I think this is also very beneficial for the participant. You won't find this kind of platform anywhere in the world. Means this kind of long-term interaction, like 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, sometimes even 1 week, 1 week, and even for a month. If you see the duration of the faculty induction program, it is for a month. So what I would like to put it, a lot of things are in place, and it's a unique opportunity. It's a unique institution which has been created by our own policymakers in our own country, and government of India is funding enormously in order to impart the training for the higher education teachers. And especially I think it must be well appreciated by the teacher educator, because this kind of provision is very much there, especially in the domain of teacher education, faculty of education, or department of education. So now it is replicated not only to the teacher, but also in other sectors. Those who are teaching physics, chemistry, or conventional kind of subjects, they are now getting the opportunity to interact with the number of scholars, so that they become a better teacher, an effective teacher. When it was introduced way back in 1986 or 87, it was, everybody was very skeptical. A lot of criticism was also going at that time. So it took a lot of time to accept this kind of opportunity, especially in the domain of higher education. So we are very fortunate that we are having this kind of a structure or the institution over there. We all are getting enormous chance and opportunity to learn from each other. So let us try to strengthen this kind of a structure and take it in the positive direction or the positive way. And definitely this platform, this structure belongs to all the academia. And we all know that what kind of challenges are being faced by higher education. If you see, I think this is the last or the valedictory session. I should not take much of your time, but I would like to highlight some of the very salient features of higher education in our own country. As you all know that it is called the second or the even first largest system in the world. Higher education system is the highest, is the largest one or biggest one, or one of the biggest one in the world. So far as the case of quality is concerned, again, there is a serious challenge. We all know pretty well. With the help of committee and commissions which were constituted from time to time, with the help of that, we know that where do we stand. And every year, our higher education institutions are evaluated at the national level by NIRF, you all know that, and NAC also, in order to identify our weaknesses and its strengths also. Lot of suggestions were also made as how to strengthen our academic institutions so that we could compete with the world scenario or the top higher education institutions which are functioning very properly. Here the role and the responsibility of the teacher is very important. And taking that cue into the mind, this kind of a structure has been created. And you know that if you see the national education policy, one thing which has been given that we need to increase the gross enrollment ratio of almost to double, in the sense that it is hovering around 25 or 26% of the gross enrollment ratio. It is existing right now. But in this policy by 2035, it is said that we need to make it double, means 50%. And so here already I told you that quality is a serious concern which has been expressed by many committee and commissions report. But now quantity is also a challenge. means we need to provide maximum population, maximum potential students or the population of the country. And here again, I would like to flag one of the very important points. India is celebrating, India is feeling proud of that. We are the country which falls into the category of demographic dividend country. Let me explain it to you. Demographic, what does it mean? Demographic dividend country means those countries, or India is one of them, is having the total population of more than two-thirds of the population falls into the category of the young one. Hence, it is called the India is a country of youths. India is a young country. So if 66% of the population falls into that category, which is considered to be very active, means economically very important one, means 15 to 35 age almost. So here is a very important responsibility falls on the shoulder of the teachers like all of us, of course, policymakers thereafter. How we can make the research in this area and suggest the same to the policymakers so that we can formulate a good kind of policy that would address this challenge, to reap the benefits of this population, a pocket of population. We can have a very good kind of policy so that we will be able to translate or convert this population to the human resource. How we can provide their skills, how we can educate them, how we can train them so that they can become the better potential in the labor market or in the society. So here there should be a very good kind of connection between the academicians like all of you and the policy makers. And mind you, it's an opportunity today. This policy could become the liability. So so let us try to reap this benefit, because see, after 20 or 25 years down the line, what will happen to this pocket of the population? They will fall into the category of the old age, as the West is finding it difficult to manage the old age. Because the policy would be different. So here a golden opportunity for the country like India to reap the benefits, to grab the opportunity to translate this population to a human resource so that we could supply and we could also develop our own economy domestically. Here again, I would like to flag one of the, because that is very close to my heart and I have been working in this direction, migration. 18.5 million Indians are working outside the country. And do you know how much remittances we are getting? Even during this pandemic, this kind of trend or the volume has not decreased. It has increased. It has crossed 19 billion US dollar. So India is celebrating, and these remittances which are coming to India, this is due to the outflow of the workforce around the country and outside the country. And India has replaced China, especially in this direction. Means that has been replaced, that has been left far behind. So here it's very important to have a good kind of policy, and there should be, talmel kind of things between the academicians, between the researchers, and the policy makers. So if we do like this kind of exercise, definitely our country can feel proud of us. And let us take this place also as how we can contribute immensely and prominently so that our country can be developed, and that could be taken at the higher pedestal. And here again, it's very important responsibility falls on all the teachers. Do you know what it is said, and it is true also, that country of any or destiny of any society, so is the case of destiny for our own country, is shaped in the classroom. So who basically is the master and who is going to shape the future of this nation? We, the teachers. And this kind of opportunity our society has given. So let us grab this opportunity. Let us feel proud that we are the teacher. And the role of the teachers are very, very important in many ways. So here it becomes vital to all the teachers. And again, finally, I would like to again urge and request all the participants and our friends who have done this wonderful kind of program being organized by this great university, that national education policy, I think during this pandemic or thereafter, many seminar, conferences, symposiums have been organized, especially so that we could sensitize. We could be able to spread the masses and the positive aspects of this national education policy, because it has been well thought that unless until teacher come forward to implement this and to facilitate in the process of implementation, again this policy is not going to be successful. So lot of the expectation is on the part of the teacher. I am sure that you all are going to play a very prominent, very positive role in order to implement this national education policy so that our country could be benefited. Lot changes is taking place, so I should not take much of your time because many more speakers are there, especially our very learned Kiran Devendraji waiting for that. So I should not keep her much waiting. So we are looking forward to listen to. So at the last, I am wishing you all the very best and for successful of your career, for your promotion as well. And again, last but not the least, I would like to tell you this platform is not created to teach you very word where we all the time, but here to motivate you. Once we are motivated, I am sure that you all are feeling motivated after doing this program. So everything will be done by all of you. So once again, I am very, very thankful to the director of this HRDC, Shefali Nagpal ji, for having provided this chance to become the part of this great event being organized by the great university. And I'm also thankful to Dr. Baruna Dahiya and Kiran ji and all the participants who have listened my deliberation very patiently. Thank you so much indeed. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir. No doubt, before COVID, these platforms were not there. They were there, but we were not using. So we have discovered it by chance after the COVID, and it's running normal now, and it is going to fit for all of us, as we can learn anywhere at any time. Sir told us that we all as teachers need to be, adjust and adopt ourselves to the challenges, new pedagogy, new platforms we are experiencing. Right. So thank you so much, and it is the need hour for all of have an inclusive where we be gender that help us to grow and will help other to grow and empower each gender. As we are the teachers and we need to contribute in the sustainable development as well, sir. Become, I wish we to explore our strength and potentialities and capacities, and we promise you, sir, that we will address and adopt the challenges we are going to come across, and we will strengthen this kind of learning. We all to work together and contribute together to reach to us a level of excellence, and we as an institution can work when we are working together. Thank you for giving such an insight to all of them, sharing your experiences with all of. They are highly moving. Thank you so much. Now I'd like to call Professor Ravindra Ma'am. Would like to introduce that ma'am, the former head of elementary education, Council for Educational and Training, and ma'am is currently the head Department of History and of Liberal Arts, University, Haryana. Ma'am has earned her PhD in History, Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla, under the supervision of acclaimed historian Professor Kumar on changing status of women in India, 1947-75. has always been associated with various National University of Education Planning and Administration, New Delhi, as a senior project consultant. Ma'am has begun her career as an assistant professor at the Punjabi University, Patiala. Ma'am Devendra has also worked with the Department of Women and Child Development, Ministry of Human Resource Development, which is now a ministry under the Government of India. She has worked at the Nehru Memorial Museum and with Aruna Ali, a legend of the Indian National Freedom Movement. Published education and educational administrator, Ma'am has been on the board of several and international committees. A jury member for All India radio programs in the 2008. She has also been a member of the State Government Award for Teachers. Ma'am of India's National Award for Delhi and Himalayan. Professor was also the member of NCER focus group on heritage crafts and was associated with the Department of Women at the NCER. Ma'am has been a speaker and has various and international areas of interest are gender and in Indian with for over 3 years now. Professor Dev has been teaching and research and educational administration. The experience of Ma'am, thinking about that I am a year old, Ma'am experience years, so that makes us fortunate that Ma'am is amongst us. Ma'am is going to, share her experiences with all. Ma'am, over to you. Kiran, ma'am. Kiran, ma'am, are you able to? Shefali.
Kindly unmute your mic, please. Yeah.
अनम्यूट करिए मैम जी. अब हो गया. हो गया.
It is daunting for me to be speaking in the presence of Professor Rahman, who himself is highly and more accomplished academician. I feel very humble to be speaking in his presence, and I must say that I feel fortunate to have been invited to be a part of this valedictory program, because I was able to listen to your program's structure, what happened in the 2 weeks, the issues that you took up, and also how much of preparation the faculty, the director had been making to make sure that the program would end successfully in half an hour's or 1 hour's time from now. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to speak for 1 hour. I will definitely be restricting myself, because most of the issues have been beautifully raised by Professor Rahman. And I think the faculty members who spoke, the report that I listened to, gives me a feeling that you were able to achieve more than what you had planned for. Professor Rahman, you know that I worked in an institution.
So, ma'am, Shefali ma'am, yes, I just requesting Shefali ma'am to mute her. It's okay, ma'am. Now, please.
Professor Rahman, you would know that I have worked in an institution which was a part of the national education policy making processes, and also I was a part of the development of national curriculum frameworks of the year 2000, and also of the year 2005. Most of the issues that, the national policy on education, the present one, is dealing with, many of them had been covered. But you see, as we grow in years, the issues need to keep evolving. We can never say that this much is enough. We would always find a gap and we would like to move ahead. And therefore, it makes me happy that the policy has given inputs for the development of education in our country in a way that every child and every young person of our country would be able to achieve something from the policy, but more importantly, the way it would be implemented. Now, during the 23 years in NCERT, each time a new policy came up, each time its addition came up, each time the new textbook materials and the supplementaries came, the NCERT faculty had to be on its toes to travel to all the states and the union territories to do the training of the teachers. So this has been a part of great learning experience for me, because I was able to see how the teachers in schools. I have been a part of the university system. I began my career from Patiala University, where Professor Amrik Singh was the Vice Chancellor, and I ended my career with the university system at the Amity University, Gurgaon. So what we were able to see was, Professor Rahman, you would agree with me, and so would the rest, all the participants who are carefully listening, that it was the teacher attitude has always been a very strange one. Every time a new thing is introduced, like I would give you the example of the CCE. The teachers would say, oh, we have got so much of work already and another work now. The problem with most of us in academia has been that all of us, we have an air about us. We feel nobody would know better than us. We are PhDs or we have done our teacher trainings. Who can challenge us now? And that is what we stop at. And what happens is that we feel, oh, where is the need to learn? Where is the need to write an article? And if I write an article, it is so easy for people who are not like Professor Rahman. 99% of the present teachers, and I'm talking at both the levels, school as well as higher education, we have seen a sea change. The way the articles are getting written, in order to increase the number, the quality has been missing. Why? Because the ideas have been replaced by technology. Everyone is not going to work as hard as Professor Rahman or as hard as Dr.